But yeah, so we'll see what happens there. But that is the week 11 reactions. So following that, we will now have the ballers of the week. John, I'll let you go first. Who you got for your ballers of the week? We'll start with defense this time.
Oof. Gotta rub it into the salt into the wound for myself, and that's gonna be
Oh,
Chris Jones
let's say you haven't
from the
pictured, so I
Chiefs.
was like, yeah, I might as well just.
Yeah. I'll get it out of the way. It's got to be Chris Jones. I got to give the man his props. Like I said earlier, he just simply dominated the game. 3.5 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, even defended a pass, hit Dak 3 times. I think he had 8 pressures. Just plain and simple, he was a monster. He controlled the game. As I talked about earlier, he had the first sack against Zach Martin in years. He did whatever he wanted, and he showed up big on third down. I think that was really where he stood out the most, was third downs. That's where he was getting his hits, his sacks, and just making his presence felt. So plain and simple, against the team who was the best offense in the league statistically when it came to yards and points for this game, he was a big reason as to why the Cowboys only scored 9 points and just didn't really move the ball effectively. So Chris Jones, it was impossible to leave him out.
Yeah. After that, it's just like, how do you follow that up? There probably is gonna be someone in the comments like this guy had. Anyways, I may have missed it, but I'm going with Desmond King. 2 interceptions. Got 2 of the 4 from Ryan Tannehill. Big part of the Texans' win. And once again, like I mentioned, he's a pretty good slot guy. I remember he was highly touted in Los Angeles, and then he got traded at the deadline because they didn't want to, I guess, pay him to the Titans. And then Titans were a little bit of a mess at the end of the year last year, anyways. Kind of got lost in the shuffle. I mean, because Houston, no one cares about Houston in terms of championship relevancy this year. But he signed there, and he's had quietly good year, but had a really good game most of the part. Obviously with 2 interceptions, also had 6 tackles, so getting involved in more than just a pass and run game as well. So he is my defensive ball of the week. We're doing snake drafts, so I go back around for offense, and I forget you're not taking Jonathan Taylor, right?
No.
So I'm going Jonathan Taylor here in consideration. Justin Jefferson, but mainly right there at second for me was Justin Herbert. But I'm going Jonathan Taylor. You can't ignore 5 touchdowns, and obviously a big reason to why they won this game, and honestly why they been winning on the streak. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor, my offensive baller of the week. Shocker there. John, who you got for your offensive baller of week 11?
For me, it came down to two Chargers, Herbert and Eckler, and I'm going to go with Eckler just because we've had Herbert so many times, and I don't think we've had Eckler on there ever. So Austin Eckler, plus, I mean, he had 4 touchdowns. He had 11 carries, 50 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns on the ground, and then receiving wise, 6 receptions, 65 yards to the air, another 2 touchdowns. So I just feel like he impacted the game both on the ground and receiving, and was simply just their best player when it came to the red zone. So, yeah, Austin Eckler, he's going to be my pick.